Okay, here we go again. It's an attempt to make a vlog. I made one a half a year ago, more than that. And I said that I will come back and I will talk about my 34 years with Sjögren syndrome. And I didn't. Why? Well, because of Sjögren syndrome. the, fatigue and exhaustion. So, how can you speak a foreign language and do it within 15 minutes? And I must translate all the time from Swedish to English. And, well, I will do my best. And a short review. Sjögren syndrome attacked in these years my eyes, my nose, my mouth, my throat, my cords, my lungs, my guts, and the rest of me. And it's big, this syndrome, it's really huge. And I cannot talk about more than a few details here. In 15 minutes, detail. Well, that went wrong. The lungs, it's not a detail, actually. If the lungs don't function, you die. And I didn't really know that Sjögren syndrome is a mortal disease. I thought rheumatoid arthritis would kill me. No, not Sjögren's. But I was wrong. Now, there is a vlogger, is a doctor, I think he's Hungarian, because he says Sjögren, close to, Ö. So I tracked his name, Fazares, to Hungary. Anyway, he talks a lot and quickly too in Latin. But in the beginning of his vlog, you can see skull and bones, says lungs, infections and death. Yeah. How could I miss that? I don't really know. I thought, I have secondary Sjögren's, what can happen? My eyes dry out and I had to throw my contacts and wear glasses again. I hate that. Many other things happened and I had to change. But I didn't know it was mortal. I didn't know I was lost. Sorry. I'm suffering from Avicii fever or grief, and I'm sorry. We will all die sooner or later, so let's talk about the lungs. What happened to me was that I got cell changes and they got worse and worse and they said we cannot operate because that might lead to a huge spreading. You don't have an immune system left. Okay. But the years passed by and they said, now we have to operate because that's all we can do. And they did, and it led to a massive spreading. So they said, okay, we have to operate you again. And take more of you this time. Why don't you take all of me? Well, I'm a bit psychic, so I could see the future. I saw that on the other side of this operation, there would be mist and existence. And I would not live as I had lived my life. I would more or less exist. And I said to the gynecologist, no, I don't want to do that operation. And my son, he of course reacted violently. And I said that, okay, you want me to get operated and not die from cancer within 5 years. But then you will have to take care of me because I will only exist. I can't live as I have lived. And I guess he said that he would do his best. But he said, you must fight to the bitter end. I don't know. Do you have to? I I have done 22 operations. Anyway, I took the operation, and I woke up. 3 weeks later, I woke up after 2 hours sleep. I was soaking wet and I was suffocating. I definitely couldn't get air and my heart was running rampant. And I ran out on the patio and inhaled and inhaled. I tried to survive. I was up because the lungs, they like to hang down. It's easier for them that way. It's hard for the lungs when you lie down. Lay down. Well, okay. And I was up until I could sleep again. Slept 2 hours up, and changed clothes, changed pillows, changed everything, wet. I only slept wet, and only a few hours. And I looked for help, but I couldn't find any understanding. They thought it was anxiety, and I said, shit, this is not anxiety. Just because I have this tendency to anxiety, it doesn't mean that I cannot die, you know. Well, I tried, and finally I ended up contacting my rheumatologist, and I said that this has happened, and I don't know what has happened, and I don't get any help. Please, can you help me? And he said that for you, there is not such a thing as a small operation, because a small operation for you can lead to blood clots, infections, and inner bleedings. I write a referral for X-ray. He did, and that showed that my lungs had dried out. They are like paper. That's Sjögren syndrome. And after the operation, they were attacked by infections. And the infections healed out, and then came the water after that. And if you lie down and you have water in the lungs, the heart gets absolutely desperate. And then I wake up, and that's how it went on and on. And I got to know this after 1 year, and they said that, well, there is some water left, but it's not enough to make an operation, so it will heal out. Yes, it took 1 year, so 2 years I had water in the lungs. And I was fighting through the nights. But unfortunately, after that, things didn't get well again. But I remained in the mist, in existence. I don't know if the lungs just got too much, and they don't function as they should. I cannot walk upstairs, uphill, up anything is not possible. I prefer to stay in the bed because I am so tired after the night when I have been struggling, changing clothes, and gone through all this stuff I talked about. Things have gone better, but not good enough. And in the meantime, my muscles have deteriorated because it's been too much bed and sofa. Well, I've not just been lying there. I know I within 5 years taken 5 operations. 4. And 2 of them were in order to save my hand. It was getting paralyzed, going paralyzed. So they changed knuckles. They did it twice because I didn't get the function that I needed, because the hand already looked like patchwork. The ligaments had been torn off several times. But anyway, and then I trained my hand. I really trained a lot. But I'm stuck. I'm really stuck. My rheumatologist is gone. Most of the Swedish health care is gone. They have made huge cuts, and what can I do without doctors? The queues are enormous, and in this area, I don't think there are no any good doctors left. I had the best, and they have gone to other small, more private hospitals because this stately subsidized healthcare has sort of fallen down like World Trade Center. Last summer, it just boom, it crashed. We had this huge immigration, and yeah, okay, if you have a private insurance, I guess you can survive things like that, but I don't, because I have never had the right to buy one, since I have always been sick, and then you're not allowed to buy an insurance. Well, what to do now, living with these lungs? I am Googling, and that's what I'm doing, and I found 26 pulmonary clinics, Sjögren pulmonary clinics in the US. And I didn't find any in Europe, and definitely not in Sweden. And an ordinary lung specialist, he doesn't understand Sjögren syndrome. He doesn't know that. Obviously, they, when my doctor was still working here, what he said and what the lung specialist said, they were different things. They didn't say the same thing. So that proves that this is a very delicate matter. It's a special thing. It's not perhaps very common either. And I have read that only a few doctors in the world understand Sjögren pulmonary problems. So what do I do now? Well, Mayday, asking for help. If you live in Europe, do you know any Sjögren pulmonary clinic in Europe? Perhaps Sweden could pay for a treatment in within EU, perhaps. And otherwise, nothing really will happen with me. I will go on just existing here. And the municipality, they have sent some angels that clean a bit and talk a bit with me, a little bit. I mean, not so many hours. And then take me out also to a cafe where I can look at people, where I can walk a little bit and feel alive a little bit. But most of the time I'm isolated. I have been sickest. Sort of now I don't have any friends. I'm living in isolation, and I guess that's why I wish that this iPhone let me talk more than 15 minutes, but it won't. And also I have messed up the accounts and everything because I'm a computer dummy, and most elderly people are, and that's why they're not here, and they cannot share their experience. And that's a pity, because I think it's good if elderly people also come in a bit more here and can talk about their experience, that is 30, 40, 50 years, that it's a different picture, than when you are young and beautiful. But anyway, now I've said what I wanted to say, and I am sure I will come out with my real name because I messed up stuff here. And I don't care. I just want to do this. I just want to talk about these things before I die, which could be rather soon, obviously. But I will, I have to finish. Have a nice day, and bye. Goodbye.